Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HIMediaTV. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and today is my last day in sunny Southern California, living in Los Angeles. So I feel like in the aftermath of all this, before I have to go pack this entire setup up and get ready to hop on a plane in a few hours, I thought it would behoove me to sort of make a kind of a review, go over my experiences in Los Angeles and things of that nature. So, how we got here. Just for the recap, for those who are unaware, I was basically homeless in my home state of the Great Delaware, and I had a friend who could let me crash out here. Now, uh, I did that, got settled, growing pains, the living situation was rough. That's putting it lightly. This is a two-bedroom apartment, literally 3 blocks away from the Chinese theater. Um, we're, like Hollywood Boulevard is like right there, 1 block over. And there's four people living here. I had slept on a cot um, for months. For the first couple weeks, I slept on the floor until the cot came, and literally 2 days before today, when I'm recording this, the damn thing broke. So that was kind of like an omen of like, yeah, getting out of here was great, was a great thing. So I'm going to before I get into the things that I experienced, not particularly fond of here, let's talk about what was good. So first of all, best tacos I've ever had. Some people say that Los Angeles has probably the best Latino food in the world from every culture of Latino, except maybe Puerto Ricans. Um, and I'm inclined to agree. The tacos are amazing. Period. The end. I love them, and I would come back just for street tacos. Patently. Um, I will also say that like the people out here are fucking gorgeous. The women out here are all amazingly, stunningly beautiful. Um, and honestly, the women are so pretty and awesome out here that it almost, almost is worth the cost of living. But it ain't. And yeah, that's kind of it. The tacos and the women. Those are the only two really good things I can say about living in LA. Now on to the negative. As you guys are probably aware, I am a Northeasterner. I experience four seasons. I am used to the cold. It's a whole thing. And the one thing in the big overarching thing that I'm going to say is that the culture out here is very different, and not in a good way. So people will usually describe East Coasters as uh, not nice but kind, and West Coasters as nice but not kind. And what that means is that um, if you like, you know, get hit in the head, like if you're a random stranger and you get hit in the head with a basketball kid through, like a perfect stranger coming the opposite side of the street will probably laugh their ass off at it, but then go and check your safety to see if you're okay. That happened. Same thing happened on the West Coast. The person was like, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so terrible," and then keep walking and won't even give a fuck about your well-being. That's generally a good way to summarize it, and it's by and large kind of true. Um, the culture out here is very much laissez-faire, lackadaisical. No, and that's not a bad thing. It's just the people out here just not super nice. Like they're not kind, I mean to say. So that's one of my things. So it's just like they won't RSVP on time. If they cancel on you, they're not even going to give you a bullshit excuse 30 minutes ahead of time saying, "Hey, listen, something came up. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Can we reschedule?" Even if and here's the thing, East Coasters too. Like if you have to, like if I have to like go somewhere and I don't want to go and I want to stay in bed, 30 minutes before I'll say, "Hey, listen." I had a family kerfuffle come up. I got something I got to deal with. I'm not gonna be able to come pick. Like that's fine. They won't even do that. They'll just like it'll be 2 hours after the fact you're supposed to come over or you're supposed to meet up, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I got cut up from your schedule." It's kind of scuzzy. Also, people out here are really bad at communication. Not to say like Northeasterners are good at communicating either. I know many Northeasterners who communicate through glares and grunts, but the communication wall is pretty damn bad out. Another thing that I kind of struggle with Los Angeles about is that employers out here are flaky as fuck. I worked at one of two record stores in on the Boulevard. You can probably guess which one I worked for because the um and the guy who run it from Jersey, so to be expected, was kind of not great at running the business, in my personal opinion. And also used a lot of like asked me a lot of questions about like where I leveraged my knowledge, and he just asked me a bunch of stuff like consultancy stuff that I would normally charge $50 an hour for a 2 hour, like $50 for every two for like an hour session or 50 for a 2 hour session for anyone else. So whatever. My biggest problem is that he had two stores open, you know, 8 to 8 at one store and 8 to 11 at another store. Most days. They're on Fridays and Saturdays. We were open to like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, respectively. And he had 23 people, including me at the time, working there for like 17.28 an hour, which, to be fair, is a couple bucks above the minimum wage, but he doesn't get hours. And that's something I've learned out here. People who are employers out here, they are flaky, they are shisty, and they don't give hours at all. It's actually kind of trash. Like you have people fighting over hours. Like, oh, well, I have plenty of people. Like I said, like I got something. Like you constantly like one of the things I say, like, well, you gotta show that you care, and maybe I'll give you more hours. Like, because other people constantly ask for hours. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, because you hired 22 motherfuckers, and like there's at least 1 week a month. Like I don't have any hours or two every like it was terrible. It was a poorly run business, and honest to God, if you know the one I'm talking about, the security and like the lack of staffing and all of that is so terrible. You could literally go into the back, steal a shit ton of DVDs from the store, throw them in like a bag or something, and as long as the person at the front desk isn't paying attention, which they usually fucking aren't, you can steal as many fucking DVDs you want from there because the damn business doesn't have any like SKU code tracking, especially on the DVD. So it's just, but yeah, the work culture, the business culture out here is really fucking bad. Another thing that I'm not particularly fond of out here is just kind of the juxtaposition between like all of this opulence in Hollywood with just abject poverty and homelessness everywhere you see. People are out camping out everywhere. And it's rough. Like it's not like I've never had an issue with a homeless person where they bug me or anything. As long as it's like same rules apply as like dealing with like weirdos and stuff at back. You just keep your eye on your phone, keep your eyes ahead, don't fucking engage, and you'll be fine. And lastly, the last thing I will say that I'm not particularly fond of is the men out here. Remember how I said that the women out here are absolutely like stunning and gorgeous? Well, a big reason, the one thing that's a negative about it is that when you first get here as a guy, you think that all the guys say, oh, the women out here are crazy. And I realized that the women in Los Angeles aren't crazy because they're crazy. They're crazy because the men out here made them crazy. The men out here are wild pieces of shit. I am a man with some level of home training and decent communication skills, and I have been a little man whore out here, doubling my body count. Not because like I'm having tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of women hit my box. No, I'm getting about as much play as the average guy would on Tinder. But I'm getting to the let's go fuck at your place stage a lot quicker and simpler. I don't know. fundamentally, at the end of the day, I think that Los Angeles is, is a great place, to come visit. Is a great place to live if you have the fucking money to live comfortably. But the cost of living out here is terrible. I do genuinely believe that if the cost of living was lower or they bumped the minimum wage to like 21, 22 an hour to offset the cost of living, you still have to have roommates, but like you could have like one other roommate instead of having to have two other roommates. Los Angeles is one of those cities where you kind of need to be in a relationship living with a motherfucker to be able to afford the bills and shit. It kind of sucks. Um, I think it's possible to survive to live and have a life out here in LA. It's just certain things it's just if one of the things on the board didn't make things so dog shit, like the minimum wage is too low, businesses do not give enough hours, and the cost of living being so high. If one of those was not the case, I feel like if you're an East Coaster, definitely come out to LA. You could very much have a successful life. It's just costs too much to live here. You don't get paid enough, and then even if it in you could get paid enough if you got like enough hours, but nobody gives enough hours unless you got a union job working in Hollywood. I give LA a homeless encampment out of 10. I like it. It's been fun. It's nice being able to it be the dead middle of winter and wear short sleeve shirts. Um, but yeah, I am now off to Orlando, Florida. Fuck. I don't want to go to Orlando, Florida, but it appears that that's the way the cracker's going to crumble. Shit, I'm going to Florida, man. Fuck me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to talk to me outside of this video, outside of live streams, or just join the community and be a part of it, you can do so at himedia.gg/discord. Discord links there. We'd love to have you. And given the financial situation of the economy right now, I know this is a tall ask, but if you have the scratch to spare, please consider donating and becoming a supporter at himedia.gg/tip. All of our perks are serviced through our Discord channel, including early access videos, exclusive videos, and more. Your generosity is a blessing, and $1 a month is a boon to my mental health. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you, and have a great day.